would like to invite our next speaker who's joining us from Germany, from one of the largest organizations and the medtech companies in the world, Siemens Healthcare. He runs the Innovation Acceleration Program, and they have been partnering us for more than a year. As we say, innovation cannot be done in isolation. While we bring the ecosystem together here, we have to merge with a global ecosystem also, which allows our solution to flow there and also learn from what is happening on that side also. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Juergen Simon from Siemens Healthcare. Welcome, Juergen. Thank you so much from joining from Germany. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
You can hear me? Okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity to say a few words on behalf of Siemens Healthineers. And all the previous speakers already have stressed, the digitalization of healthcare is really one of the most important aspects of our work in healthcare these days. Yeah. And I think there's almost no professional in the healthcare industry who at this point will deny that digitalization in healthcare is at the same time a necessity and an opportunity for everybody in the healthcare industry. At least I haven't met one recently, and that's not only because of the COVID lockdown. Yeah. So we are happy to support this Healthcare Innovation Challenge with our expertise, and also as part, of course, of our broader engagement with NASCOM, which has been very successfully going on for a year now, as Sanjeev just mentioned. Yeah. At Siemens Healthcare, we believe that digitalizing healthcare is really the key enabler for expanding precision medicine, for transforming the care delivery, but also for improving the experience of the patients. So it's really fundamental for all the players in the industry, and it's I would say even it's not often that you come across a technology area that really affects all the players in one industry. Yeah? And at Siemens Healthcare, we believe that healthcare will be ever more digital as we go on. As has been said before, today a lot of focus is really still on the limited quality and accessibility of the data, and a lack of analytical capabilities that, at least as we see it, still keep providers from unlocking the full potential of their organizations. And that is really an issue worldwide. It's in every economy, this is one of the major issues. So we are working for a future where providers will be able to leverage really powerful analytical tools based on AI or not based on AI, and it doesn't really matter in the end. Of course, AI is the big kid on the block right now, and there's a lot of hope in working with AI-based technologies and improving them ever such. And by doing that, I think in the future we will get unprecedented insights into clinical and also a lot of the non-clinical processes that are going on in hospitals that might be of equal importance for the patients to get well soon. And as we think, digital technologies really have the potential to improve the quality of care, to decrease the cost in healthcare, which is always important to connect the both, again, in every economy, and also to bring care teams and patients closer together. But it's also important for the people who work in the healthcare industry to reduce the stress and the workload and the reliance on experience of possibly a single person. I think in the future it will be essential to provide anybody who has responsibility to make an important clinical decision for a patient with a kind of safety net, so that he or she can be sure that they didn't miss any important information that is out there and that can help the patient. But, coming back to this event, we are also, of course, very well aware that no organization can address all these challenges alone, especially in areas that are new to maybe all of us. And there are areas where things have to be tried out and nobody knows what the right solution is. And there's a famous saying in the startup world that says, nobody can pick a winner. And what that means that at the beginning, nobody can predict which idea, which startup, which solution will be successful in the long run. And therefore, I think we need the brightest minds and as many ideas as virtually possible around the table. And that is why I think, and even from a Siemens Healthineers perspective, it is extremely important to work with startups in this area. And in my opinion, that's true for corporations as well as hospitals. Because corporations are really great organizations when it comes to scaling up solutions, to stabilizing solutions, rolling them out to millions of customers. But sometimes the bigger companies are not doing so great in areas where some sort of disruption, some sort of radical innovation is needed. When things have to be tried out and when you have to adapt things and have to change the direction frequently. And this is where I think startups come in. And what I particularly like about startups is that they can be so focused at their idea, that can be so focused at their solution. And that means that the resources that startups have at hand, they shouldn't be underestimated. I frequently see people looking down at startups, but I usually tell them that a well-funded startup for their particular idea, for their area of expertise, they might have more resources at hand than we as a corporation can put onto a single problem, because we have to care about so many different challenges, so many different products, so many different solutions. So we're constantly looking for cooperations with startups in India and also worldwide to see and understand whether there is a way of working together that benefits both sides and that also benefits our customers. And I also agree with Sanjeev and others that have said earlier that this event here really stands out in the prominent role that the hospital customers play in this event, in a very central role, in a role at a very early stage of innovation. And why I think it's typical to involve clinical customers, I mean, for startups anyways, some of them even come out of clinical institutions. And also a company like Siemens has at any given time more than 4,000 corporations with clinical customers. So, however, not many events like this put the hospital customers at such a central stage. And I think that is really a model for success, and I really like the setup. And earlier I've said nobody can pick a winner, but obviously the capable jury of this event has proved me wrong. So they picked some winners for today. So I'm looking forward to see the presentation of the winners later and what their solutions are. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Juergen. Simon, it is heartening to hear, I'm sure, the startups who are listening to you today, and even the other people who are there, as a part of speaker panels also, when the largest health tech company of the world says that, startups play an important role, and you are working with startups in India and other parts of the world. It is a statement I think everybody should take note of, And first of all, congratulations to you to even see that, I mean, the people need to have vision to be able to say that. And I know that you and your teams are working actively with some of the leading startups here and guiding them as well as, trying to partner with them. So thank you so much for sharing that, and look forward to, working with you, sharing information and learning from you also. I know you have a very global view of things. So obviously we want to tap into your global vision. So thank you, Dr. Simon, once again, from the behalf of entire team of COE and NASCOM here, and we will continue to have this conversation. And
thanks for having me.
Yes.